Hello, and welcome to pdxMindShares, a podcast brought to you by pdxMindShare.com and sponsored by Anvil Media Incorporated, a digital ad agency based in Portland, Oregon. And we're here giving job tips to Portland to help you guys get hired. Today, we'll be talking about how to ace your next video interview. As we move out of the COVID era, though companies are still opening up and hiring, they may still be a little bit wary about bringing new people into the office. So odds are, if they are still hiring and hosting interviews, your next interview is going to be a video interview. So we wanted to give you some tips on how to successfully nail that interview and get that job. Our first tip is kind of an obvious one. Limit your background noise. You don't want the landscapers outside your window at your apartment complex to overshadow your answers. You don't want kids screaming in the background. You don't want a roommate coming in, asking you a question, interrupting you while you're trying to explain a time that you handled conflict well. You want to keep the focus on the interviewer, and that means limiting as much background noise as possible. You'll want to test the tech beforehand. That means if they're hosting the interview through Zoom, Uber conference, whatever tech that they use, you'll want to do a test interview with a friend using that platform and using the computer that you're going to choose or the phone number, whatever you're using. Test all of it. Make sure that everything is working properly. Make sure you know how to use the platform so you can log on and start the interview seamlessly. You want to maintain eye contact the entire time. I know that seems a little odd and difficult in person. It can make people uncomfortable. But during a virtual interview, by maintaining eye contact, we just mean maintaining eye contact with the little box that the floating head is in. Often people will get sidetracked by something off to the side, or they'll get sidetracked by the little screen in the corner that has their own face. I recommend putting a Post-it over that so you don't want to look over there and you won't feel compelled to check yourself out repeatedly and take your eyes off the interviewer and using the computer screen as more of a mirror. It can be really distracting, not just for yourself, but for the interviewer as well. And it makes them feel that you don't care or you're not as focused or invested in this interview as they are. Definitely dress professionally the way you would any other interview. Even though they can't see the lower half of your body, there may be a time when you'll have to move around and they may still catch that. So if you're not wearing pants, they might see that and they might know. So dress professionally top to bottom even during a video interview. Dressing professionally also puts you in the right mindset for an interview. If you're going without pants, you may seem a little too relaxed. If you're dressed professionally and your mind is aware of that, you get into that more sophisticated, serious mindset, and the interviewer feels that you're taking this seriously and that you care. Don't fidget, especially touching your face, moving around too much, squeaking your chair. That nervous energy can be seen even through a virtual interview, and it also can be very distracting and cause a disruption for the interviewer. And lastly, when you do your test interview with a friend to test the tech, practice good posture. They can tell when you're slumping, and that leaves a careless impression, whereas you want them to see you as a professional and an organized person who cares and wants this job. So sit up straight, look like an adult, and practice good posture. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening to our latest episode of pdxMindShares, a podcast brought to you by pdxMindShare.com, sponsored by Anvil Media, a digital ad agency in Portland, Oregon, giving advice to Portlanders to help you get hired. And don't forget to follow our blog at pdxMindShare.com/our-blog for more interview and career tips.